Hey guys, it's Lisa and it is VEDA day 26. So hello everyone. I am done with my essay. I finished that at like 1 a.m. in the morning after hours of being frustrated and then finally dishing it out in like an hour and a half. Um, oh, I have no band-aids on my hands. Probably the first time in 26 days. That's pretty amazing. It's not really intentional. I was actually washing the dishes and I think I took one off earlier, but hey, I don't have any on in the video, so that's wonderful. Today I am going to I'm going to give a review on a TV show that I love because this was a recommendation by the user who commented. It started with Riku. Then there was a long line of numbers. I'm sorry, I can't remember them. But he's a really good friend, even in real life. So I wanted to indulge him and do a review of that. I decided to review Rizzoli and Isles. It's a TNT show, and it's actually a detective cop show. And I know a lot of people would probably roll their eyes at that because cop shows are so common now and, you know, they kind of follow a trend that gets kind of boring at times. But I like cop shows that are unique, that have a different kind of spin on it. I think that's why Elementary is doing so well, why Bones has done so well, and essentially why Rizzoli and Isles has too. Because Rizzoli and Isles, rather than the partners being like a girl and a guy, and that being the point, and the romance coming along eventually, and them arguing and oh no, we're not attracted to each other, which is cool. I loved Castle and I love Bones and I love both those shows, but they do kind of follow a trend. However, in this show, the two main characters that are usually broadcasted in like the advertisements and the commercials and everything are two girls. One is Rizzoli, Jane Rizzoli, who is the cop, and then Maura Isles. Maura Isles is the coroner and the medical examiner. And Angie Harmon plays Jane Rizzoli, the cop. I know a few of you may be a little iffy on that because my best friend didn't really care for Angie Harmon. However, I would like to recommend the show anyway because she started watching it eventually and really loves it as much as I do now. And then Sasha Alexander is Maura Isles, the coroner. And if any of you have watched the older seasons of NCIS, you'll remember her as one of the agents. So she is fantastic. They're both fantastic. They do have a little bit of flirtation, which is adorable and hilarious and perfect at the times that it's offered. The scripting is very good. It's very natural, and the show is actually funny. It's not just, oh, here's a joke once in a while. It's very casual. And it's actually based in Boston. While a lot of sorry, my allergies are kind of bothering me today. A lot of cop shows are, you know, in New York or in LA or in Miami for the original CSI. But this one's in Boston. And a really interesting thing that I came across the other day, I forgot one of the older shows of Rizzoli and Isles in season 1. It just finished up season 3, I believe. Yeah. One of the first season shows of it actually had a Boston Marathon attack. And it wasn't a bombing, but it was an attack on Boston Marathon and why it made such a big deal. So it's pretty cool that they actually consider real life situations and what might actually happen and base it off that. Because a lot of times the crimes you find I can't speak. The crimes you find in detective and cop shows are kind of weird. Like, oh yeah, my mother turned out to have a drug drug addiction, and she was selling drugs to support the family, and the guy got mad, and yeah, all that stuff that gets really dramatic and ridiculous. And Rizzoli and Isles is very dramatic. It is very funny, but it's very dramatic as well. That's what a cop show should be. But it's a very real feeling show. Not in the way of, oh my gosh, it's happening right now, even though it may be, but in the way that you can really tell the characters are true. They have their flaws and they have their qualities, and all the characters don't always get along. Sometimes they get along fantastically, sometimes they don't. Some characters don't get along at all, but for good reasons. And it's just a really fantastic show. Rizzoli had this huge arc in the first season, even a bit in the second season, though Maura Isles sort of took over the second season arc for her drama, which is really cool because even the minor characters have their own major backstory, and they've had drama for the other characters, and they've had drama for the main characters. So it's a really, really good show. I recommend it completely, especially if you want like a different twist on cop shows, because a lot of the episodes I've seen of Rizzoli and Isles don't really remind me of other episodes in other crime shows, which is really impressive because they kind of just revolve around each other now. So I recommend it completely. It's a TNT show. Again, season 3 just finished a couple months ago, so I don't know if it starts in the summer or starts in the fall or whatever, but it's a fantastic show. All of the episodes are on Amazon Live Video. I recommend them completely because they're only like $1.99 each or $2.99, and I just had a huge marathon once of it, and I recommend it completely. I recommend buying it completely because it's definitely a show that deserves it. So I'm sorry, my allergies are so terrible today, and I don't really want to wipe my nose in front of the video, so I'm gonna go. But I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you want me to review anything else, or if you have any requests for the last 4 days, please tell me. So love you guys, and I will talk to you later. See you tomorrow. Bye.